What's going on, guys? Emo Tempest here, and finally we're getting our Opus 11 spoilers. I am a week behind on one of these. Last week I had lost my voice. I couldn't record anything. I had gone to locals. I don't know. There was a lot of mass hysteria down here with the Corona thing, so that happened. And I don't want to say I got that, but it went through my head. Anyway, I'm back. I can talk now, and so we are in the midst of our second week of the Opus 11 spoilers from Final Fantasy, from Square, and it is Kuja, and Lightning Kuja. Kageyama's here to introduce this one. So first of all, I think it's cool that we're gonna get a little more 9 characters in another element. I've been waiting for something like this for a little while. I think they need more wind and more lightning to kind of make a diverse, interesting deck. But let's take a look at the card here. 4-drop Kuja, 9 genome forward. When Kuja enters the field, choose a forward of cost 3 or less your opponent controls. Break it. Kuja deals you 1 point of damage. Okay, pretty simple, straightforward effect. Another, I think something like deals you 1 point of damage is something we're going to get used to going forward as the cards get stronger. And, it's going to be because as always, life is a resource in this game, right? And so being able to, take advantage of really strong cards like this, and, it's got to come with some kind of drawback. Thandaga S, 3 lightning, choose up to 2 forwards your opponent controls. Choose up to 2 forwards your opponent controls, deal them 2,000 damage, then deal 5,000 damage to all the forwards your opponent controls. So it's got a built-in, I don't want to say it's a full, this is an L2, 1190L. Okay, so Thundaga's cool. So his first effect is cool. Thinking off the top, we can play this in like an EX heavy deck, right? So you're always getting 2 benefits from it, hopefully. At least just to try to increase the odds. If you're playing lightning water, right, you can, what are we looking for here? Break this, and then maybe something lets us draw cards, or reduce even a Famfrit or something like that to get stuff. Then earth, we can hit a Raban or break something that's dull. Lightning are usually straight breaks, and any kind of straight breaks or reductions or something like that. And then wind will give us extra damage too if we think Valifors and stuff. Fire, probably extra damage as well, right? So a lot of things, EX Burst heavy deck might help this card a lot. And then his S ability is kind of like a small, it has all the right elements of a card that's going to pair with something to get board wipes. We have Fiend of Valithor, and we have, Genesis and Renoa, stuff like that. 2-card combos that effectively lead up to a board wipe. Might be a 3-card combo, right? Because you need an extra Kuja, a lot of CP, and then be able to play something else. It's still going to be okay. So 7,000 of most things may kill most things right now. But I think as the meta changes a little bit, as soon as we see, especially now with the counters coming out in this set, we're going to see a lot of different things, things getting stronger. So, let's keep going. Let's see. In Kuja, major ice elements, yeah. And now joins us the lightning legend, yeah, that's what we talk about. And so we go in here, it just goes into a bit of the abilities like I have. And look, see, it talks about Valifort, Pinello, and Chelenka. Yeah, those are my first thoughts as well. So think about this, right? We can hope for, so Wind Lightning is definitely going to be a good card for this deck, like a good home for it. The Valifors, I don't know if we do have a new a Wind Una, which might make this a little more playable. Pinello is, you could be on 2 damage, have him take the 3rd damage, hopefully hit an EX Burst, Valifort, triggers the Pinello, triggers the Valifort, and also making Pinello active now, so it's just like a perfect scenario. Chelenka, Alhanelum, and that whole system too would be great. Dash and Raiden deal 2 damage to all active forwards your opponent controls. The other Ramu too, it says deal 1. It's like a 1-drop, deal 7k to a damaged forward. As well as things like Barbarecia, would be good to go with this card. Honestly, if we think about it too, fire might be a good idea, right? Because so 2,000 to 2 forwards and then 5,000 to all forwards, right? You could leave bombs. So fire lightning has always been an element that we don't mess around with. And 9 has a lot of. It doesn't have the searcher, but it does have other stuff. So there is a lightning water, right? So we can do lightning fire with that Moogle to splash in the water stuff, like a tricolor 9 deck, and then Manasvin War Machine, whatever War Mech makes this like a much stronger card, as well as any of the bombs, like the monsters, the true dot monsters, like one of them says like deal 2,000 to everyone, or deal 5,000 to one, and then 2,000 to everything. So that's like 7k to one, and then 2 to everyone. Aside from this, there's a lot of cards that go with this, but I think fire and wind are definitely going to be the stronger choices here. I don't know if ice would be a thing, like just to blink it. We don't want to do that really, right? Because we don't want to take more damage just for another 3-drop. So it's a strong card, right? Because it does break something on when it comes in. But I think having the Thundaga like in the ready is going to be threatening for a lot of decks, right? Because swarming is going to be a big thing now, right? Like a lot of the decks do that right now. So 7k kills a lot of the smaller WAF stuff. Most of the targets for Rampier, like most of the like base elements, not the big guys, not like Kane and Shantoto, but like Rinoa, Cabranth, Fusoya, are all under 7k or 7k and then below, and things like that. So Chocobos too, this like can wipe Chocobos. So the card's I think the card might see play. I don't know how strong the deck as a whole will be, because Wind Lightning has always been something we dabble with, right? It's been good in the past, with old school, like what was it? It was Cactuar and like break stuff, and then like Barbariccia, old school plays, for board wipes, and then there was the Goth Girls, and then more recently, like at the reunion, Irvin came up with you might have seen it if you've seen my other videos, but he came up with another Wind Lightning damage control. And so I guess really what goes on to that is how this card is going to play into something like that, and how much more drastic that deck is going to change. Desh is a good card, first strike, and then when he attacks, cleaves everyone, so that's cool at 3 damage. So at 3 damage, him and Pinello were both live, so having a situation where these two are already on the board, summoning Kuja after 2 damage just makes all of this really strong. So I guess more control as well. But then again, there are more cards like Minwoo, and now Larsa's being played. I still strongly feel that Cecil's coming back. The 2-drop old school Cecil from Opus 2, I think. But yeah, so like a tricolored a tricolored 9 deck would seems good, as well as a fire lightning and a wind lightning. So there's a lot of opportunity for this card. I think it's cool that it's a legendary. I just like seeing more 9 stuff too. I think 9 is very limited right now in what it can do. It's usually just like fire, water. I don't see it branching out with too many elements, even though like we have Freya. We have a water Freya now, but we had the only one before that was the lightning one, and then it was like Dragoon based and stuff like that. So in terms of a mono lightning deck, this card might not be necessary, I don't think, but it is. But in an L3 format, so I think L3 format and title definitely. I haven't done enough experimenting with L3 to see where this goes, but my thoughts are probably not, because it doesn't have enough support, because a lot of the major influential EX bursts, like the only thing I can see would be Pinello and Desh, and like these cards. So this is 11, so Chelenko will be out, and obviously Valifor will be out. But I don't know about L3, and definitely not in title, because it benefits more from the other cards. But in sealed or constructed or cube or whatever like that, or I mean not constructed, sealed, drafting, and things of that nature, where you're just you're pulling legendaries. Being able to break something is strong, but you are playing with less damage, so that's like you're losing way more resources, and Thundaga is going to be very unlikely. So might not be even a good choice in title. I mean, not in title, in sealed and drafting. So those are my thoughts on the card. Like I said, I was sick last week, so I couldn't do the Ursula, but it's coming out anyway. I'm going to do it. I'm going to double up this week. So if you guys haven't seen that, you guys check the link and well, not check the link, just check on my videos. I'll probably have it there. But yeah, thanks guys. Can't wait to see what's next week. Spoilers are in full effect. Yeah. All right, guys.